Comrade, this room is a very familiar room to me. I have been in this room many times. Before Comrade Mark Golding and during Comrade Mark Golding's tenure as Member of Parliament. Comrade MP and incoming Prime Minister of Jamaica. Most greetings. Comrade members of the Platform Party, comrade members of the South St. Andrew Constituency Executive, comrades all, I greet you well. You know, comrades, I am here because I don't know if the comrade leader and MP is aware, but this is a very historic conference of South St. Andrew. This conference is the last conference of South St. Andrew before Mark Golding becomes Prime Minister. And I was here. Comrades, we are in interesting times. I heard you have a good private session. Oh, by the way, comrade leader, I thought that the conference was a police Spalding sports complex, and I was driving down Jolly, and I see no sign. So I asked a little youth, where MP Golding conference are keep? He said, no, it's up, sir. A young youth. Iris Gellis Center. So Mr. said, he know things. When you call them names, they have to be kind of they know for know. And I said, thank you. Young man. And I said, okay, I'm heading there. He said, drive carefully. Have a good day, sir. I said, boy, then I kind of discipline you to not cultivate in a South St. Andrew. But seriously, I was really lifted by that young man, the way he engaged me in my brief inquiry. Comrades, this is your conference, but it is our conference. It is Jamaica's conference. The conference where you conduct the business of this constituency for the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. And as I've been telling comrades, the PNP is not about just winning election. We don't run just to win. To win, yes, but we run to win with a purpose. Because the PNP was never created as a party just to have fun. It was created with a purpose. It was created with a purpose to make Jamaica a better place for the majority of its people. And you as comrades are no ordinary person. You are soldiers and lieutenants in that army to make Jamaica a better place. And you must always be mindful of that. Our purpose. And what is that purpose? Is to make sure that the majority of our people can realize a better life for themselves and their family. That purpose is to make sure that everyday Jamaican young person can have a better education. To make sure that the health services in Jamaica is at a minimum level that is acceptable for everyday Jamaican. It must mean something for you. And that's what we are about. It must mean something that you live in a better housing situation. It must mean something that when you get old, you are not destitute because there's a state there to look after you, to make sure that an acceptable minimum is met. That's our purpose. When you work for the People's National Party, you are working to fulfill that purpose. That's why we seek to win elections. That's what I was signed up for. And so winning the election was not about just winning, but fulfilling that mission. Helping the people to make life better for them. We have a government that doesn't care about the everyday Jamaican, but only care about themselves and their friends and those connected to them. That's what disqualifies them. But more so, don't focus on them. Focus on our mission and our purpose. Because we have demonstrated over the years that when it comes to protecting the interests of the heritage Jamaican, it is the People's National Party that is going to come to the rescue. You know, Comrade Marky G, you might not remember, but in the earlier days when I first met him, I was Minister of State in the Ministry of Finance, headed by your former Member of Parliament, Comrade Omar. I was given, part of my portfolio responsibility then was pension reform, and to conclude the necessary legislation to reform pension, because we recognize then that everyday Jamaican will work our factory over here or store over there. When they reach retirement, they never have nothing. And many of us as members of Parliament experience that in our constituencies when we encounter aged persons who are living in destitution. And then the PNP government sees it as a priority to conclude those legislation to make sure there's a little something upon retirement for the everyday Jamaican. Comrade Golden then was not in the politics, but you know, him is an astute and well-recognized company lawyer. And in my consultation, because you know, as minister then you have to pick the brains of the brightest around to come up with the best legislation that we can promulgate at the time. And he came to the Ministry of Finance, not as member of Sept, but as a renowned and respected company lawyer, and participated in those deliberations. And when I hear the man's presentation in those deliberations, we bump him in the corridor and we say, "Mark, you have to come to the politics soon, because this is where you belong, because there is work for you to do." I was impressed with his concern for the issues that affect ordinary, everyday Jamaican at the time. So we tried to recruit him, then never too successful. But Omar took over the job and recruit him. So he was a little resistant, but mission accomplished. I made mention of that, comrades, for one reason. The people's at the core and center of the People's National Party is about having a heart and a conscience for those things that affect the everyday Jamaican and making sure that they are protected in the best possible way. He demonstrated that from the very early stages. And I am proud to be a member of a team that he will lead as Prime Minister. That when we pass the amendment to banking services and to protect your money in the bank, I will have a support in it. That is not a hit or book. That's not a motor. He has demonstrated a disposition to protecting and enhancing the interests and the well-being of everyday Jamaica. We need a government that have the everyday Jamaican at the center of all its deliberations. So when cabinet sits and we think about policy and programs, the question that always will be answered, how is it going to improve the life of the everyday Jamaican right across the length and breadth of Jamaica? So comrades, there is hope. There is hope. There is hope because the People's National Party is answering to that call. We're answering to that call in becoming your government after the next election is gone. And so I'm at the last conference of St. Andrew before he becomes Prime Minister. And that mission will commence in earnest, and you will finally be able to say, our lives will be better. Comrades, I'm not going to ask you like Raymond said, there's certain seats that kind of tick off already. Right? Angela done tick off already. Right? And Dennis done tick off already. Right? And the gen sec tell me say, him not tick off, him mark off already. Right? And my young daughter, Gabriel, she don't whisper in my ears whenever we are talking. She said, Comrade Jackson, this is not East or Main. Northwest St. Anne is coming up Duke Street beside you. And you hear, and you don't hear from Trisha. Eastern will return in its rightful place in the column of the People's National Party. And you know, Anthony is the proper name, Tony we call it. Tony Hilton said, when am I jump up on a talk about? Western St. Andrew don't long time. And I can say to you, not as the senior MP for Portmore, but Comrade Mark Golden, Chairman, leader of South St. Andrew and President of the People's National Party. You will have 3 seats from Portmore walking beside you. Comrade Dawes is not here, but I can give you the assurance that Southeast St. Catherine will be marching along with East Central St. Catherine and South St. Catherine to fulfill the mission of the People's National Party to attend to the business of this country. Comrades, you love that old time come, but time gone already. The time passed long time, but time come again for the People's National Party. One love, comrades. I will meet you at the annual conference. One blessing.